defines what the country does and doesn't do.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
it's related. It's all in there, but I don't know. I don't like that being in a law that the government passed the law that says that you must respect the government.
But you can opt out with a written note from your parents. This.
And it actually does say you must stand. When national anthem is played, students and civilians shall stand at attention. And then same for the pledge.
But you can
standing with your right hand over your heart.
Out of it. See,
with a note.
See, I don't know if the civilian, like if I'm there as a parent, do I have to get one from my mother?
Yeah, you do.
Mom, I hate to bother you.
Can I get a note?
83 years old now, and I know. Can you write me a note for school?
Yeah, I think you do have to.
Oh, Lord.
So, it's not a big deal, though. I'm sure she'd write you one.
Oh, I'm sure she would. But, see, I want to get back to what technology has done. I remember when I was bad in school, I was given a note from the teacher to give to my parents.
Yeah.
And so you could run a little interference. But now, direct communication with email, unless you're a good hacker.
Not email, text message.
Or text, whatever.
It's even better. It's real time.
Right.
And it's great. As a parent, I like it because it's really easy to get a hold of a teacher.
I bet you would, because
you can distract
a
them.
Dystopian, sort of an authoritarian dictatorship over your children.
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
yeah,
what does that teach
I like to be able to text a teacher during the day while they're trying to teach.
Hey, what you
so
doing?
They can no, so
what are you
just
to
today? Distract them a little bit.
How's your history class going?
Jeez. Michigan, where we're from, when we're home, also has a law, but it doesn't require students to partake in the pledge, but it requires school districts to allow an opportunity every day for the students. So whether the school does it as a whole or not, they have to somehow provide an opportunity and a flag for the students each day, give them time out of the day to recite the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah. And I think a lot of school districts just do it in the morning. First period,
a lot of schools have announcents,
right,
and
they
so
do
they do the pledge at that time. Yeah,
right.
They do.
I remember doing that.
Yeah, me too.
Long time ago.
I just saw you doing it yesterday.
I was always kneeling.
Were you?
Yeah.
Here's the one that I was talking about.
Man's always trying to keep me down.
The one I was talking about, 5 years, also in Michigan, in Farmington, Michigan. This was a sixth grader who's been in the school
now that makes more sense.
For 5 years. Was sitting, and there was a substitute teacher. The Pledge of Allegiance started. This teacher, according to the father, violently snatched this child out of his chair and made the child stand.
See, that's not a good move.
No. This was just on September 7th, so this month. And then the next day, I think the full-time teacher came back because it was a substitute that day. Next day, full-time teacher came back, yelled at the kid, said, "You have to stand. You can't do that. That's bad."
Same kid.
Yeah. Yelled at him for not standing.
Unaware of what happened the day before?
No, aware of it, I think.
Okay.
I yelled at him for what he did the previous, what the student did the previous day. I don't know if it's male or female.
Gotcha.
The school district said, "Yeah, that's not really what we stand for. Our teachers have to take their personal opinions and leave them at home because they're teachers." So the substitute won't be invited back, and the full-time teacher is on administrative leave. I don't know if it's paid or not.
Yeah.
And they're conducting an investigation.
Isn't administrative leave generally paid? I think. I mean,
well, no, I think it can either be paid or unpaid administrative leave.
Well, then it's just unpaid leave, I thought. Yeah, I don't know.
No, administrative means that it's not like sick leave or something like that.
All right. I mean, we get where I work, we get administrative leave like if you have, jury duty. It's like excused. You get paid either you get paid by the jury or your salary. And like if all the power were to go out in the building and they excuse the employees, you would get paid for that day and it would be administrative leave.
So this one, the dad said that 20 years ago he decided that he wouldn't stand during the pledge or the national anthem ever. So he's been doing that for 20 years. His children have picked up on it. They've decided to do it. Sixth grade, starting to get old enough to understand, I think.
Yeah.
And apparently he pulled his kid out of Farmington Hills or Farmington School District over this. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Probably the teacher will be reinstated, slap on the wrist, maybe a couple unpaid days or something like that. But yeah, I don't know what that means.
That means stretch.
Why?
You'll see. My back is like, it's got to stretch.
I don't understand, but okay.
Yeah, well, I understand the pledge. I would be less likely to say the Pledge of Allegiance than not standing for the national anthem. I think there's a difference.
Well, yeah, they're not the same thing.
I don't want to pledge allegiance to something like a country or a government or something. That just sounds a little dictatorial to me.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
Not at all.
Yeah, you will take the pledge or you will be beaten.
Oh.
You will take the Pledge of Allegiance.
Being forced to, for sure, but actually saying it, deciding to pledge allegiance to something is the opposite of...
Right, I get to choose, which is great.
Absolutely.
But what I'm saying is, why I don't want to say it is because it's a pledge of allegiance.
No, I get that. Okay.
To the flag and the republic.
Sure.
With the national anthem, I get goosebumps. So
here's the thing: people are boycotting the NFL or saying that. You and I, we were looking at videos before people burning their season tickets.
You were almost crying.
Yeah, it brought flashbacks of some videos I've seen of like a pile of guns being destroyed. It really hurts, you know.
Visceral.
Yeah, visceral. That's a good word. I'm glad I taught that to you today. Yeah, did you?
Sometimes.
Why? First of all, send me
those
your
tickets.
Season tickets.
Yeah.
If you're going to burn them,
and you'll dispose
send
of them
to
properly.
Me. I'll take care of them for you. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to boycott
especially
the NFL.
Lions tickets.
Yeah, especially Lions. Hey, some of the Lions kneeled. So if any of you have tickets to an upcoming Lions game, you probably shouldn't go because you'll just be supporting that disgraceful action or whatever. Send them to me. You can email me at nate@oddshow.com. I will not be boycotting the NFL because I like football.
Huh.
And turns out I like football more than I care about what the football players do in general.
They mean nothing to me in that regard.
Right. Oh. Absolutely mean nothing to me. And look, the actual coverage of the game, they don't focus on it too much. I mean, they show it a little bit during the national anthem, but you're watching the football game, it's pretty easy to not see anybody kneeling or whatever during the national anthem. I bet you're sitting on your ass in your house on your couch when
drinking beer and eating potato chips
being played, because I am.
What about the impact to charity? You had a note.
Yeah, that was the next point I was going to make. Is you can boycott the NFL, that's fine, and your goal is to take down the NFL, right? And they won't exist anymore, and that's capitalism.
At least hurt them enough that they'll do something about their players.
But when you think about things, and you can find lists of this, but just recently, J.J. Watt. He's a pretty famous football player, but still.
Never heard of him.
Well, do you watch football?
Not much.
Okay. He raised, the last figure I saw, $18 million. Not with any organization. He raised $18 million for Hurricane Harvey relief.
Wow.
Using his position as a player.
Sure.
They can kneel and do whatever. He's not the only one in the NFL that does those sorts of things. A lot of people. Look at the Mannings, both of them, Peyton and Eli Manning, how much money they donate every year, or Peyton when he was playing anyway, to charities, to whatever it is, or back to their colleges. Millions and millions of dollars coming from these players. The Chris Kyle, the sniper, the American sniper, his wife wrote that letter. I don't know if you saw it, but... saying, oh, they're big men. If they wanted to actually do something, they'd have to get up off their knee, and maybe they could build houses. What the hell has she done?
Right.
Only recently, right? Since her husband was murdered, she's gotten into charity work. Yeah. The NFL for years and years and years has been giving millions of dollars, hours and hours of time to all sorts of charities. Her letter, and I don't have an attachment really to any of these people, but her letter, it was offensive to me because it's like she has no idea who is she and where's she coming from.
What I like, one of the biggest charities is the NFL Bail Foundation.
Yeah, well, no, that's the other side. They get arrested a lot, but you know what? Whatever.
They raise dollars.
And what? That money goes to the government, right?
Yeah.
So, they're helping out. They're paying their fair share. Yeah. Well, I think eventually to the government, doesn't it?
Depends. Only if they forfeit.
Oh, do you get it back?
Yeah, I don't know if you get the 10% because there's bail bondsman that takes a percentage of that, so it goes to a private organization. But if you default on it, then the bail bondsman is responsible for paying the government for the total amount of bail. That's why they hunt you down and try to get you to go to court.
Yeah. I've never been in that situation.
Me either. I've always just been left in jail. Nobody bailed me out.
Next time I will.
Thanks. I called you so many times.
I know.
So many. I pleaded. I cried. Everything.
So I guess my point is, you have to look at the actual effect of
the overall
of boycotts and how many of the players are kneeling and what impact does that really have,
and how much of this has been caused by the media and the people bitching and moaning about it that are causing more and more. And when Trump came out and said something, he actually
all of it is caused by that.
Yeah, I mean
that's what I was saying.
The word I'm looking for. It's
exacerbated.
Yeah, exacerbated the issue, but because they're saying, "Well, screw Trump. I'll kneel if I want to kneel."
Absolutely. Well, and what is it? Jerry Jones, is that his name? The Cowboys owner.
Yeah,
came out. They did it before the national anthem, which I thought that was relatively classy for whatever they were doing, and then they all stood for the national anthem. He had said before, reportedly, if you kneel during the national anthem, you won't be on my team.
That was false.
But when Trump...
That was purported to be fake.
Are you sure?
Yep.
I don't think so. Snopes said it was true.
No,
you believe Snopes.
No, I heard that was not attributed to him.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you said something earlier today.
And then when he goes out and he actually, kneels with them, that kind of tells you.
But it wasn't during the anthem.
Whatever.
That was the thing.
Still.
No, I'm saying. All right, fine.
Remember how much money the military gives the NFL too. I mean, that's another part of it that cheapens it, in my opinion. And it wasn't until 2009 that they even came out and did that, after they started getting money from the military.
Well, that's the other piece, but I don't think that's really an important piece.
$53 billion.
No. I mean, the money is, and it's ridiculous, and
tax exempt is an issue.
It's not an issue to me.
I guess the $53 billion was into stadiums.
Yeah,
from the government.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with tax exempt. I think everybody should be tax exempt.
Well, yeah, that's what your argument is. Yeah, and I can't disagree with that.
I know you can't.
But if I's got to pay and you's got to pay, then the NFL should pay.
No, that's the wrong argument.
No, that's my argument.
I know, but it's wrong.
I don't think it is.
It is.
No, I don't think it is.
It is.
No, because, damn it, I said it's the right argument.
No. It's like if I punch you in the throat.
Yeah.
Your argument is
you
need to go punch Steve in the throat because I got punched instead of don't punch me anymore. Right? You want me to punch everyone equally.
But until I stop getting punched, I'm going to punch somebody. I want everybody to get punched in the throat.
Everyone has to get their fair share.
Stand up there.
All right. I don't know. Are we done with this, though?
I drank too much Coke Zero. Now I'm on Diet Mountain Dew.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
No, we got one more thing. The Michigan director...
Oh, yeah.
The colonel, director of Michigan State Police, scolded for a personal post she posted on bad-mouthing the NFL players. And the Black Caucus in Michigan came out and wanted her to be fired or to resign. And the governor said, yeah, she apologized. That's enough. So they're going after her even though it was on a private post. So you got to be careful what you post on Facebook and all that. It can come back to bite you in the ass. If you want to keep, a high government job or something. Do you see that Saudi Arabia is going to allow women to drive?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Frightening. Oh, the horror. Next June.
Yeah.
Goes into effect. Insurance rates will go way up.
Do they have insurance?
I don't know.
I don't know what they have. The issue is...
I think every citizen there gets a new car every year, so it doesn't matter.
This is what's weird is, women have been going to college for a little while, getting educated